What's up, y'all? It's Bluth Banana 97, and today I wanted to talk about YouTube drama. Now, I'm sure many of you who are chronically online like me, or even if you're not chronically online, you've heard about some of the drama that a lot of big YouTubers have been in. And now, just a little tangent to explain the title of this video, right? My whole channel is loosely inspired by the show Arrested Development. And there's a scene in the pilot where Job Bluth says, "Are those police boats?" And then because they're all on a boat having a party, and police boats raid their boat and arrest the Bluth Company leaders, right? So anyway, that's why this is titled "Are Those Police Boats?" And the reason they arrested the Bluth Company CEO and founder George Bluth was because he defrauded the investors and used the company as his personal piggy bank, and the whole family was very greedy and selfish and all that, right? And they committed a lot of crimes. Obviously, it gets revealed later that the Bluth Company also committed treason, but we're not here to talk about treason. Anyway, so that's why I have this as the title of the video, because the topics I'm going to cover are greed, and how that relates to YouTube drama. And so let's talk about it. So, as I'm sure you're aware, many big YouTubers have been in drama lately. As you know, Dr. Disrespect was canceled for, I think, although I'm not too informed on the situation, I think he was messaging a minor in a sexually explicit manner, I believe. If he did worse, I do apologize. I am not too up on that situation. But yeah, so I know he did at least that. Maybe he did worse as well. So he was canceled, and then another big YouTuber by the name of Cody Ko was canceled for allegedly having sex with a minor. And then there was also Mr. Beast, who has been canceled, or is starting to get canceled. It's, starting to progress that he's faked a lot of his videos, that he's run some illegal lotteries, he's promoted gambling to children, and things like that, and violated a bunch of laws with sweepstakes and giveaways as well. And then, obviously, a employee and friend of Mr. Beast by the name of Ava Tyson, I think, is the name. But yeah, Ava was allegedly inappropriately messaging a minor as well. And Mr. Beast may have also known about it without taking action until he was under actual public pressure to do so. So anyway, I'm not here to verify any of the claims. Obviously, other people have made videos, taking and compiling evidence and things like that. So that's not really my job. What I wanted to talk about was the trend itself of big YouTubers being either like creeps or PDF files, or frauds, or all different kinds of crimes, right? So this trend, I think a lot of it is obviously, these people are bad people and they're doing bad things. But I think, the reason they're doing bad things and the reason it happens to a lot of big YouTubers is because of the greed that is rampant in the YouTube community. Now, you may ask, why are, for example, sexual crimes related to greed? Now, I'm not saying greed motivates sexual crimes all the way, but what I'm saying is this, that the same, I guess in a way, the spirit that motivates greed motivates sexual crimes through lust, right? And through arrogance and through selfishness, not thinking of your actions and how they impact others. So I think, the root of it is not thinking about others and not showing love to others, but rather, being narcissistic or self-motivated or too ego-driven or things like that. That's the root of all this, which leads to not doing good things for others and instead hurting others. And so I'll give you an example of what I think. Mr. Beast, he's obviously a very strategic guy, right? No one can build a YouTube following that big without, being very strategic. Now, is being strategic always a good thing? No, because in this case, right, his whole goal was to build a empire and get as much money as possible, and become big and have a lot of attention and fame. And that's also what happens to a lot of big YouTubers, right? And not just big YouTubers, but even celebrities in general, right? Once you start to gain power and fame, it causes you to be out of touch with regular people. And when you're out of touch with regular people, you start to not think about the consequences of, how you may affect them with your actions. In addition, when you're a powerful, wealthy, famous person, you may feel entitled or arrogant because you've achieved a lot, and you may think that makes you better than people, right? And in addition, you can also afford the best lawyers and, pay off victims and stuff like that. So you may feel, hey, there's no consequences to my actions. So that's why you start to see a lot of celebrities, not just YouTubers, but celebrities in general, just powerful people do bad things, influential, powerful people. Now, I'm not saying that all influential people are bad. What I'm saying is that the very nature of being powerful and influential and rich and famous, the very nature of that provides many evil temptations. Now, it depends on whether or not you succumb to those evil temptations or you can maintain integrity. So, obviously, there are very few people who can maintain that kind of integrity in that situation. And this is not condoning any of those actions or making excuses for those actions. In fact, what I'm saying is the more you become powerful, the more humble you need to be. Because the more powerful you become, the more humble you need to be. And the reason is, if you are even the slightest of arrogance or self-centered, as you become powerful, you will succumb to those evil temptations, or at least some of the evil temptations. And also the nature of not just, when you become powerful, but as you are gaining power, as you are in the process of gaining power, the very nature of that is, in some ways, you do have to step on others to get your way sometimes. it can be pretty ruthless to become very successful. I'm not saying you have to do that to become successful. In fact, I think, in my definition, the most successful people are not like the wealthy, famous ones, but they're the ones who make the biggest positive impact to the world. The ones who inspire, the ones who help others. So you can be successful doing that. But for a lot of people, they think, oh, to make it to the top, I have to cut down others. So, and then it gets ingrained in their mindset. And then when they do make it to the top, it gets ingrained in them. So they continue to cut down others. So that's why everyone's heard the quote that money is the root of all evil. But that's actually a misquote. Originally, what the intended quote came from the Bible, right? And the actual quote says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil," not money itself. Money itself is neutral, right? Like, if you spent money on helping people and you did it anonymously and you did not do it for attention, and your intentions were to purely help other people, then that's a good use of money, right? But if you are just trying to gain money at any cost and you step on other people to do it, then that's where money is bad. So in my opinion, money itself is neutral. It's how you use it as well as how you obtain it that determines whether or not you are evil or not, right? And whether or not your actions are evil or not. So that's why for the love of money can be the root of many evils, right? Because when you love money more than you love people, then you will not see human life as valuable as money. And that's where it can lead to incredibly dangerous things. Now, anyway, to bring this all back to the scandals that have been in the celebrity arena and the YouTube arena, YouTubers, especially the big ones, the reason there's this perception that all the big YouTubers are turning out to be evil people is because the very nature of YouTube is you have to compete for attention. So already in that manner, it's very ruthless, right? And also, the very nature of YouTube is that your viewership is going to be young and impressionable, at least if you're one of the bigger YouTubers on the planet, right? So because of that, you have to be even more careful in what you do and say. So if you do something bad, you will get called out on it, right? And you deserve to be called out on it. And you deserve to be held accountable for it. But because of that, and you're in the spotlight more, that's why you have to be even more humble and even more of a good person. Because otherwise that money and that attention and the drive for that money and attention will cause you to do bad things. So that's why you're seeing this trend of YouTubers getting canceled, especially big YouTubers getting canceled, is because of the very nature of becoming a big YouTuber and maintaining your status as a big YouTuber. Now, another thing that I did want to talk about is the internet itself, right? Because YouTubers are purely based on the internet, right? Their whole career, their whole brand is built off the internet. So because of that, everything you do is public, which I think in a way is a good thing, because if you are a bad person, we can catch you, and if you're a good person, you can inspire others, right? Obviously, you shouldn't even do bad things in the first place, but what I'm saying is the whole nature of the internet is, you're under public scrutiny. And so that's why you need to be an even better person than like mere mortals, right? But what I'm saying is this. You're going to see more and more internet personalities and celebrities get canceled and held accountable. A lot of it is a good thing. But I also do want to caution, if you are choosing to expose someone for doing something that you think is bad, make sure that you have the evidence, right? Make sure the claims can be backed up. Don't falsely accuse anyone just because you're preying on their downfall. If you want to make sure that someone is held accountable for their actions, bring the evidence so that public opinion will turn against them, and then they will actually be held accountable. Otherwise, you do yourself a disservice if you accuse without evidence. Even if your accusations are right, if you don't have the evidence to back it up, unfortunately, there are people out there who won't believe you, right? So, be careful out there. If you interact with a YouTuber, make sure that you're protecting yourself. I don't know how, like, if you are DMing them, make sure you have screenshots of the DMs and saved all the DMs, right? If you're having like conversations with them, make sure you record the conversations, although you probably have to have their permission as well, but make sure you ask their permission to record the conversation. Things like that, just make sure you're protected. And then but anyway, what I'm predicting is that in the future we will start to see more and more internet celebrities get canceled. I think that not just YouTubers, but also like Instagram and TikTok influencers will start to get canceled. So what I'm hoping is that the people who do get canceled are the ones who deserve it, right? So, and the people who don't get canceled deserve not to be canceled, right? That's what I'm hoping. Obviously, we're not in a perfect world, but yeah. So, is cancel culture a good thing or a bad thing? Again, I think it's neutral. I think there are good and bad aspects to it, which is why if we are going to cancel someone, we need to cancel them in a responsible manner. So we have to make sure they actually deserve to be canceled, that they actually did something wrong, and we need to make sure they, actually deserve to be held accountable and make sure that they did something wrong. Because let's say you believe, cancel culture as a whole is good. Well, you want to make sure that you protect the reputation of cancel culture by only canceling those who deserve it, right? Otherwise, you're doing your culture a disservice. And now let's say you believe cancel culture is bad, right? You also want to make sure that you prove that cancel culture is bad. So like if someone were to cancel you without evidence or whatever, right? You want to make sure you're protected and have the evidence to show that you did nothing wrong. So all I'm saying is cancel culture as a whole, some of it's good, some of it's bad. It's a nuanced issue. Some people deserve to be canceled, some don't. And it's a case-by-case basis. And honestly, I figure I'm probably going to get some praise for this video and some criticism for this video. But it is what it is. This is just my opinion. I'm open to changing it if I get new facts or new evidence that is compelling enough to help me change my views. And I would love to see you guys, whoever views this, probably not a lot of people, but anyone who views this, you can leave your opinions in the comments, and hopefully I'll be able to see them and respond to them. And just, stay safe. Try to bring some, good into the world. Don't be too chronically online, have a good balance. And just try to do good. At this point, while YouTubers may do bad things, we have to take it as our responsibility, not necessarily to, punish them, because we're not the judges or the legal system, right? It's our responsibility rather to manage our own lives and make sure we are treating other people good and better than before. So that's ultimately the message of this video, is just be good to others, right? And all right, take care, guys. Bye.